Hello and welcome to Ann Arbor. We are broadcasting live from the University of Michigan Soccer Stadium. It's the battle for the Big Bear. It's the 25th anniversary since this trophy was introduced in 2000 between the Spartans and the University of Michigan Wolverines. Since 2000, the Spartans lead the contest 14-5-5. Michigan hasn't beaten MSU since 2020. That was a 1-0 win in Ann Arbor. Spartans lead the series 1-0-3 since then. They drew 0-0 in East Lansing. Last season, it was a goalkeeper battle between the two goalkeepers here tonight, Zach Kelly and Isaiah Goldson. If there was a night to beat the Spartans since 2020, tonight would be the night, Perry.
Yeah, absolutely. Michigan coming in, number 5 ranked team in the country. They know how to play. It's a different team from last year. They have a new front line, same goaltender with Isaiah Goldson, as you mentioned. He's been a stud for them last year. He's been a stud so far this season, so it should be a fun one here tonight between the two rivals.
Definitely. So the University of Michigan Wolverines getting that United Soccer Coaches ranking of number 5. That's the highest ranking they've had since 2010, in which they finished 4th after qualifying for the College Cup. So it's a really good team this season. What are you looking forward to tonight?
I'm looking forward to just a good, hard-fought game. There's guys on this team, namely the back line, right? Noah Miller, Matthew Fisher, Will Baker. These guys lost to Michigan State last year, and they've got a new front line with O'Toole playing up, how Paulos Romero. So it should be very, very interesting to see how they do tonight.
You mentioned Will Baker in that back line. He's starting tonight. He's had 14 straight games playing the full 90. That's a stretch going back to last October 25th, 2024. That's a guy they can rely on, Perry.
Oh, absolutely. He's been their rock back there playing center back, and usually, that was next to Nolan Miller, who's moved over to the right side this season. So obviously having an experienced guy back there in a game like this is vastly important to avoid, a potential letdown game against a rival at home.
Should be kicking off any second now. The referee just checking to make sure everything is good to go. It's a packed crowd tonight. The game was sold out. Limited standing seats were sold at the gate, but this is a sold-out crowd. It's going to be a great atmosphere.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time Michigan soccer successfully sold out of a game, but this is the best Michigan soccer team we've had in a while.
So Michigan will have the kickoff this half. The Spartans in their signature green uniforms, the Wolverines wearing white today. It is maize out. Guess that's more for the fans tonight. The Wolverines are in their white uniforms, which are pretty clean.
Yeah, definitely pretty clean uni battle on both sides tonight.
João Paulo Ramos on the kickoff. So, seen a trend in recent months with the kickoffs where they'll play it back to a midfielder who will boot it up the field, trying to get it by the corner and get all their team forward to press high. We'll see if Michigan do that. The kickoff imminent.
Yeah, Patrick O'Toole basically on the sideline, one of your faster, wing backs there. So if they are going to do that, that's obviously a guy to look for.
So we see Nolan Miller, a senior now, a veteran for the Wolverines, especially in that back line. He's such a strong player, really, really good defensively, but just really comfortable on the ball as well. As Michigan kick off, Cassidy on the ball, playing it out to the left wing. Sasaki has it. 2 on him right away. Sasaki playing it back. So here's Fisher now. Over to Sasaki. Looks like he might have gotten tugged, but the ball will roll out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I like the idea of just trying to spring Sasaki there on a little give-and-go type play. Into the corner just didn't work out. Sasaki kind of stopped running.
Zach Kelly will take the goal kick for the Spartans. Has it on the left side of the 6-yard box. He'll kick this one header straight away. Mendez battling for this one. Spartans will retain it.
Yeah, Merritt kind of felt like he got slashed across the face there by Mendez, but no call from the ref.
Spartans playing it back. Over to the left back now. Mendez pressuring. That was O'Toole, rather. Throw in for the Spartans. So it's a throw in on the halfway line. Stays on the left side. Miller will clear at midfield now. Spartans able to keep it. Still on the left-hand side. Ebby has it. Playing it to his fellow center back. All the way to right back now. Sasaki pressuring. Ball over the top. It's a decent chance for the Spartans to see what they can do with it. Cutback is cut out by Will Baker. We'll see if he can keep it in. He does, and he clears it out for a throw-in for the Spartans.
Yeah, Matthew Fisher, the left back, just kind of got caught flat-footed as Michigan State made a run in behind him.
Here's Sasaki. No options, just clearing it straight back to the Spartans. Ebby will pick it up and give it back to his keeper, Kelly. Another ball over the top, back heel from Ludwig. Wolverines will regain it. Sasaki playing this one back to Mitrovic. Fisher taking this one past. And Mitrovic looking for the switch. Cassidy can bring this one down. He's got two players on him. Playing it back to O'Toole. O'Toole playing it to Elmquist. Elmquist can't keep possession. Spartans have it in midfield now. Decent counterattacking opportunity. Appealing for a foul in midfield. They won't get it. Ramos challenging for the header, wins it for his side. Now Baker to play it out. Baker looking for Sasaki on the left wing. This one's a bomb bouncing on that left corner. Sasaki getting on the end of it somehow, but illegally, says the referee. It's going to be a free kick for the Spartans deep in that right corner.
Yeah, it would have been a really nice play by Sasaki if he could get around him. Unfortunately, just got a little too much of that jersey. Ref had to call that one.
So Kelly will walk over to this one, the goalkeeper for the Spartans. Kelly with the left foot, deep in that corner, clearing it past the halfway line, deep into Michigan's half. Baker winning the header, deflecting off a Spartan, and it's in the corner for the Spartans. Chance to cross, well, they'll let it go out for a throw-in now. And the Spartans thought the ball was going to be theirs, but it's going to be a Michigan ball. Fisher on the throw-in.
Yeah, Ludwig had plenty of chance to save that over on the far side, just decided not to. Obviously thought it was off a Michigan head.
Mitrovic now under pressure in his own 18-yard box. Baker looking to clear this one. He'll boot it forward. It's not one of his best. It'll make its way into the Spartan half and out for a throw on the right-hand side. Throw-in goes back to Kelly. Kelly looking for his options. He'll play it to his center back. Spartans with space in the back. Wolverines looking to just organize their men. Elmquist pressuring the ball now. Ebby playing this one back to Kelly. Patient build-up from the Spartans. Wolverines pressing a little bit higher now, just trying not to let them play through the lines. We'll see if it pays off. Kelly will end up clearing this one. And it's a beautiful ball out to Luke Spadafora, but he can't quite control it. It's out for a Michigan throw.
Yeah, good defense by O'Toole, just not letting him turn around on that one and kind of face the Isaiah Goldson and the Michigan goal.
So we got the Spadafora brothers on the pitch tonight. Luke Spadafora, number 11. Jake Spadafora, number 22. Cassidy has it on the right. Slips over. Spartans able to regain it. Into midfield. Back to the top of the 18-yard box. Spartans trying to play out now. And Michigan just pressing high and really not leaving a ton of space in behind. And so the Spartans will have to clear it again. This one will go straight to Miller. But you see those two moments there where the Wolverines are pressing high. The Spartans have no option but to clear it up the fields.
Yeah, Baker and Miller have that back line up high too, just trying to prevent any runs in deep. And if they do, if Michigan State does send the ball in, hopefully it's far enough where Goldson can come up and just clear it out of danger.
O'Toole on the throw-in. Cassidy and Sasaki, two really dynamic players for the Wolverines. They'll look to take on their men, their fullbacks on either wing and try to create chances. Free kick for the Wolverines here. But Sasaki Not really a typical career for him. He played 4 years at the NAIA level at the University of Cumberland's. He's playing his 5th year here at the University of Michigan, but he's been one of their star men this year. Goldson will clear this one to the corner. Sasaki looking to get on the end of it. It'll make its way to Ludwig for the Spartans. Miller will be able to clean up, just playing it back to Isaiah Goldson. Goldson trying to find Cassidy. Cassidy brings it down beautifully. Cassidy cutting inside now. He's got Sasaki on the left if he can find him. Goes to Fisher now. Now Sasaki will pick it up. Sasaki looking to isolate Spadafora. Sasaki, little step over, playing it back to Mitrovic. Mitrovic can chip this one into the box. It's Elmquist, and it's 1-0 to the Wolverines.
What a beautiful play.
The flag is up. The flag is up. It will not count.
Elmquist is signaling for VAR. I don't know if they will go there. It was a beautifully played ball by Mitrovic over on the head of Elmquist.
And they're going to VAR.
So we will see what comes up. I don't know if they're going to show us a replay.
To me, it looked like Elmquist was onside.
So I was going to say the same thing.
Mitrovic played him a beautiful chipped ball right into that penalty area. There wasn't a lot of pace on the cross, so Elmquist had to generate it himself. He buried that header into the back of the net. I think this one might count.
Yeah, it's going to be. Initially, I thought Elmquist was offside, and we get a little picture view across the way, but nothing that we can really tell.
It's really tight. It's tough to tell. We'll see what the verdict is in a second.
I was initially kind of looking back towards Sasaki because I thought they maybe would play one more outside before coming back in. They chose to go right to Elmquist, buried it in the top left corner if it will count. Beautiful soccer, though, from the Wolverines.
No, it was a brilliant play. So that was Cassidy, like I mentioned, one of the dynamic wingers. He cut inside, was able to manufacture that chance. It went to Sasaki. Sasaki back to Mitrovic, and Mitrovic is a really good midfielder. So when runs are being made, Mitrovic will find him. Elmquist found himself in between the center backs. He got himself into a really good area. We'll hear the verdict right now.
Really the Wolverines' first sustained offensive pressure of the game, though. Michigan State's made a couple runs indeed, but really not able to generate anything. This is the closest we've gotten to seeing some.
Yep. The call will stand. The goal will not count. It's 0-0.
Thought that may be the case there.
But a really good sign for the Wolverines. I mean, we talked about how beautiful that play was, and the finish at the end of it, Elmquist, just clinical with that header. Zach Kelly on the free kick in his own 18. Pass halfway, Nolan Miller challenging for it, and he rarely misses a headed chance. So Miller bringing this one up, getting tugged, but he makes his way out to Cassidy. The referee tried to play the advantage, but he'll pull it back for a foul.
Yeah, Miller was being tugged for 3 or 4 yards there. Try to play to Cassidy, as the ref saw. Just too soft of a ball, really, for Cassidy to come get in and generate any sort of offense.
Miller playing this one to his center back compatriot, Will Baker. Baker will go into João Paulo Ramos. Miller has it now on this right-hand side. He'll give it away, but it'll stay with the Wolverines on the throw-in.
Yeah, great play by Colin Nars there to kind of slide tackle and prevent that pass from being made through the Spartan midfield.
O'Toole on the throw-in right at the halfway line on this right-hand side. It goes into Elmquist. Elmquist able to find O'Toole again. Cassidy flicking this one inside, finding its way to Arce. Long ball played over the top, and guess who's there? Nolan Miller with the header. Spadafora, Merritt now playing it back to Will Ebby. Playing it to his center back partner. He has room to dribble, playing it in between the lines now. It's a decent chance for the Spartans. Spadafora on the left wing. He's got an overlap. Outside of the foot cross, blocked by Miller and cleared away.
Yeah, I just thought the Wolverines allowed Peter Sudan there, their midfielder, the Spartan, too much space. He basically took 30 yards virtually untouched, and then was eventually able to get over just past Fora, but Wolverines kind of fortunate.
And that's one of the Spartans' main danger men. Peter Sudan. He scored a beautiful goal against Indiana. That was the winner. That was the Spartans' last game. It's kind of a funny story because both these teams have defeated Indiana. That was the Spartans' last time out on Tuesday. The Michigan Wolverines played them before they played Washington, but both of these teams defeating Indiana, who was number 1 when the Wolverines played them and number 3 when the Spartans played them.
Yeah, very good, high-quality wins for both sides.
Spadafora can't reel that one in. It'll be a Michigan throw-in on the right-hand side with O'Toole. Mitrovic back to O'Toole. Intercepted by the Spartans on the left-hand side now. Nice tackle by O'Toole. He picked up what looks like a knee in the head. That is a dangerous one. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, as O'Toole kind of slid with his right foot forward, Arce's kind of knee, as he was getting tricked up, just unfortunately caught O'Toole right in the nose, but appears to be okay.
He seems to be okay, which is a good sign. But we'll get a little bit of a break, so we know that when there is a head injury, the referee does have to stop time so the player can get medical attention.
Key piece of this Wolverines team, though, especially on the back end.
Definitely. Shaka Daly having a word with Joao Paulo Ramos now. But this Wolverine team is deep. I mean, they will bring on players and be as good as they were with their starting 11. Quinn Rogers, who, believe it or not, in that defensive midfield role is their top scorer. He has 3 goals this season. 2 of them were penalties, so he is their designated penalty taker, but he scored 2 against UCR. That's Riverside. 1 was a penalty and 1 was an absolute beauty with his weaker left foot. But he's on the bench today. He'll come into this game probably if he is fit. But Mitrovic starts in that role at the moment. Spartans have it now in the back, playing it into midfield with Merritt. So Merritt in that role for the Spartans that Mitrovic plays for the Wolverines. That's going to be a good battle, see which defensive midfielder can put on a better performance.
Absolutely. It's all about who can win the middle third of the game, right? That's what most soccer games come down to. So right now, I would say Mitrovic is winning. Obviously played that beautiful ball at Elmquist that unfortunately got called back for the Wolverines, but it's going to be a battle watch all game long.
Sasaki cutting inside. Finding it again, trying to take a touch away from pressure, but giving it away. Now the Spartans coming forward. That's a deep ball played into the corner, and it's not going to find a green shirt. Fisher will take the throw in. Into Sasaki. Excuse me. That was, couldn't actually tell who that was. Now Sasaki's running down the left wing. Almost finding it. He is a pest. I mean, he's not the biggest guy. He's 5'8", but he can find the ball. Even when there's 2 guys on him, he'll somehow find a way to get on the end of them. Fisher having it now. Miller with space, directing his teammates. Joao Paulo Ramos checking. We'll ignore him. Take it to the right. Cassidy with a beautiful touch. A little bit too heavy. Played over the top now. Trying to make its way to the 18. Elmquist gets a flick on it, but it'll roll into the hands of Zach Kelly.
Yeah, almost a really smart play by Elmquist. Just touching it past the Michigan backline, then kind of blew a tire on the curve. But going back to that Sasaki run, just really, really solid defense by the other Spadafora brother, Jake.
Playing it to the left now. Spadafora with a little bit of space, but O'Toole closing it down. Putting in that slide tackle to concede the throw-in.
He's played a really solid game against the other Spadafora so far tonight.
Spadafora finding it again, playing it back. Knox can't find a teammate. Miller will clear. Josh Adam has it now with space to drive. He's got a teammate on the right. Losing out now. Wolverines could have had a counterattacking opportunity, but it's given away. Adam. Ebby now swinging it all the way across to the other side. Spatafora will play this one into a teammate. Mitrovic will clean up for the Wolverines. Cassidy has it now with his back to goal. It'll stay with the Wolverines.
Yeah, trying to spring Mendez there through that, but just unfortunate that for the Wolverines, unfortunate that could not be completed there.
O'Toole cutting inside, and you'll pick up the foul. Free kick taken quickly by Ramos. Ramos, beautiful switch to Sasaki. Sasaki against Spatafora, cutting inside again, still has it. Sasaki spreading it out to Fisher. Fisher now at the top of the 18, tries to clip this one in, and it's headed away by the Spartans. Nice header won by Baker. And Miller will be able to calm it down just a little bit after that chaos, playing it back to Goldson. Ramos showing for this one. Ramos, that midfielder, showing deep for this one. So you see that often with midfielders when they're not finding the ball a lot in that midfield area. They start to drop deep, and we see that's what Ramos is doing now. He dropped deep, and now he has it. He can transition from defense into attack now. But he gives this one away in a dangerous area. Now it's out to Spatafora. Spatafora has space to drive into. He's got Mitrovic up against him. Spatafora cutting inside, switching it to the other side of the 18. It's Merritt. That looked to be offsides. Fisher closing it down. Will play on here. Ball into the box. It's a decent one. Wolverines able to clear only as far as Merritt, though, and Fisher stepping in nicely. There's space out on the left for Cassidy. Cassidy can cut inside now on his stronger left foot. Mendez can't reel that one in, but Joao Paulo Ramos has it. And he is not fouled. I think they'll call a handball. He thought he was fouled. He fell on the ball. Was confident he would get the whistle, but they whistle him for the handball.
Yeah, it was definitely trying to sell the call there. In a dangerous area of the field, too. Michigan just had 1-2 opportunities to clear and just unable to do so, which could prove costly depending how this free kick goes here for the Spartans.
So Merritt's on the free kick. It's in the center of the field. It's almost right in the middle of the 18-yard box and the halfway line. It's a little bit closer to the halfway line, but not a great angle to send in a cross, but far enough where no player is really thinking about a shot unless they're Cristiano Ronaldo. Merritt putting his hand up, sending the cross in. It's a decent one all the way to the back post, past almost everyone, kept inside. Here comes a shot, is saved by Goldson. Still in play though. Shot coming in. Goldson again with the double save.
Unbelievable reflexes from Goldson to get back up and field the second shot there from Lutwig.
Spatafora. He's got players in the box. One of them is unmarked. Cleared away, but still with the Spartans. Now the flag will go up. Offside for the Spartans. Free kick for the Wolverines.
Yeah, a couple very, very dangerous opportunities there.
So Peter Sudan was in the box. He was free, so a little bit of a lapse in concentration for that Wolverine back line. Sudan, who I mentioned scored last time out against number 3 Indiana, could have had a chance to open the scoring.
Yeah, Wolverines fortunate to not concede there. Initially, I couldn't tell if the initial shot on Goldson was initially intended to be a cross or a shot. Goldson kind of came out, cut off the angle very nicely. And then Lutwig, if he was able to settle it down sooner, probably would have scored there. Luckily for the Wolverines, he was unable to do so. Ball kind of kicked around for a little bit before he eventually got his bearings and put the second shot on net there.
Yeah, that first one. It's one of those cross shots where you send it to the back post. If it can get a touch from a player, then good. But if a player leaves it, sometimes it catches the goalkeeper off guard and it just rolls to that back post. Goldson was alert to it.
Appears to be Mendez down on the ground, if my eyes don't deceive me. So
I think you're right. So 29 minutes left in this first half. Who do you think is happier out of the two coaches?
That's a good question. I mean, part of me would think that both of these teams are kind of filling each other out, right, through the first third of the game. But also, I kind of would say that it would be Shaka Daly right now, just because he has had the better of the chances. Obviously, that last sequence probably puts a little bit of a damper on his outlook on the game so far. So I would say it's been Daly, because I do think Michigan's have done a really good job of pushing up the back line, trying to spring Cassidy, trying to spring Sasaki. I think they've gotten decent success with that so far. Obviously, you would have liked to see it clear earlier. That was kind of a threat in which Michigan had numerous chances to clear the ball. But I think each side, even each coach's side, are kind of content with the way this game has gone so far.
Yeah, I think it's been a good battle both ways. Wolverines unlucky to be 1-0 up because of that Elmquist header. That shot did not get recorded because it was offsides. The play was dead. So the Spartans, with the only shot registered right now, I would think they would register 2 shots for them after that double save from Goldson.
Yeah, unless they count the initial one as a cross and said that was going off net.
You could be right. Duilio Herrera is one of those players off the bench that I was speaking about. One of those dynamic players that can come in and not look out of place whatsoever, and he's a player that is definitely good enough to start. But this Wolverine team, like I said, is just so deep, and they have so many talented players. But Herrera into the game now.
Yeah, coming in for the banged-up Mendez.
Ball in play now. Mitrovic has it. Nice switch of play, but it's read by Spadafora. Cassidy cutting inside and getting his foot clipped for the foul.
Yeah, Cassidy's been a pest over there on that right side, just cutting inside a couple times. Had the one touch down the line that he was just unable to get to, but he's in the Spartans' minds, that's for sure. I believe that's the second foul he's picked up today as well in just over 16 minutes of play.
Cassidy has it again, able to isolate his man. A little step over, trying to get to the byline. Good defending. He has it again, though. Sent out for a throw-in deep in that right corner in the Spartans' half.
Yeah, good defense from Spafford, Luke Spafford, that is, not allowing Cassidy to play a ball towards the box.
Here comes a long throw-in. It's headed away by the Spartans. O'Toole has it, saying it out wide to Cassidy. Cassidy with the cross into the box. There's a lot of men in there. Sasaki, 2 on him, playing it inside. Ramos now putting his body in there. Ramos cutting inside, spreading it out to Sasaki. Sasaki shoots, but it's blocked right away and sent out for a corner.
Yeah, Michigan was able to kind of keep pressure just about 10 yards far apart from that 18-yard line, just unable to get a shot off. Eventually, Sasaki said, screw it, I'll take a chance, deflect it, and now it's going to be Ramos taking the corner, but good pressure there from the Wolverines. Really started by Cassidy retrieving the ball in the corner.
Get a time stoppage. The referee having a little word with the players on the 18-yard box.
Yeah, getting a little chippy during that sequence.
Played short. Sasaki playing this one back to Ramos. Ramos now sending in the cross. It's a decent one, but it's gathered by the goalkeeper. He can distribute it quickly now. Spartans looking to counter. O'Toole is there, though. He'll send this one back to Goldson.
Yeah, Guga missed there on the throw back in from Kelly, just unable to kind of track the ball, looking around kind of like a center fielder trying to find the ball.
Miller booting this one up the fields. They'll go all the way to Zach Kelly. Perry, I'll give you $10 if you guess what Zach Kelly's major is.
Ooh. The fact that you said it like that makes me think it's not something very common.
It's not.
I don't know. I'm going to go with art history.
It's a good guess. It's soil maintenance.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't know if I've heard of anybody majoring in that before.
He's the first one I've heard of as well. Wolverines have it in midfield. They're going to lose out. Spartans, Sudan has it now, but going to stoppage. Sudan holding his face. The Wolverine crowd not happy. They think he's play acting, but Spartans pick up the free kick. I think he might have picked up he might have eaten a spare hand in the face.
Yeah, Fisher was trying to go around him just to kind of box him out for the ball, and tough to tell, obviously, from this angle who went down first, if it was a legitimate foul. But Fisher tried to make the right soccer play, and unfortunately probably just caught a hand up in towards the face there of Sudan.
So he'll get medical attention now. I'm pretty sure he's okay, but he'll get a look from the trainer.
Yeah, and obviously whenever a player goes down holding their face, head area, it's obviously a cause for concern.
So we'll get a stoppage. Both teams able to regroup and just calm down a little bit. Has been a back and forth battle. So both teams, I think, will be happy to get a little bit of a break.
Both teams running hard. We have had our fair share of clock stoppages, though, between the offsides penalty, kind of the second guy in the past 7 or 8 minutes here to go down with some kind of face issue along with Mendez. So hopefully we see Mendez again. Hopefully for Michigan State's sake, they see Sudan as well.
So Miles Merritt, the Spartan midfielder, is on the ball for the free kick. He'll send in the delivery. The Wolverines set up on that 18-yard line. Miller, the captain, organizing them. Got Josh Adam on the left corner of the 18-yard box. Will Ebby right beside him. Richie Ludwig in there as well. Not the biggest players.
Look for a play to the far side, potentially to Adam, and look for him to kind of leave it off to a guy that doesn't make a run, potentially Ludwig pouncing back out around the 18 marker.
Here comes the cross from Merritt. It's way too overcooked. He went for the driven ball, and it went past everyone and out for a goal kick.
Yeah, as you said there, overcooked. It hit through everybody. Nobody really had a chance on either side to get a body part on it.
So we're 25 minutes left now. One shot apiece. Still 0-0. Elmquist with the ball, giving it away. Spartans able to regather it. Spartans can bring this one out now. Still playing it around the back. Not able to find an opening in midfield. What I've noticed is that they haven't really been able to play in between the lines and sort of skip that Wolverine midfield. So it's been really difficult for them to find openings, and I think that's really due to Shaka Daly's organized side.
I think Michigan's had a tough time doing it as well. It's weird because normally you'd say, oh, there hasn't been much offense. Each team just has a shot. But there's been, the game's fair share of people trying to make runs. There's been a couple crosses, and Goldson had a nice sequence over here. Kelly had a nice sequence on the corner. So it's weird because normally I'd say, oh, there's not a lot of offense. Nobody's filtering kind of through the middle of the field, but it's been an entertaining game thus far.
Definitely. Here come the Spartans now. Herrera winning this one for the Wolverines. Sasaki cutting inside. Sasaki dwelling on the ball a little bit, looking for the 1-2 with Fisher.
Beautiful.
Sasaki on the left wing now. Look at the crowd of green around him, making his way past, going down, looking for the free kick. He's not going to get it. Miller now will redistribute to Mitrovic. Mitrovic looking for an option. Will find Fisher. Matthew Fisher back to Will Baker, to his center back partner, Miller. Miller looking for the long one, Cassidy. And it's into the hands of Zach Kelly.
Yeah, a little too much on it. Cassidy just kind of stopped running once he realized he didn't really have a shot at getting to that ball.
So Miller, definitely a player able to distribute long. He's a player that really looks for it. But the Spartans were sitting really deep in that low block in that moment, so there's not a lot of space in behind for Cassidy to run onto. Goldson with the ball at his feet now, spreading it out wide to Herrera. Herrera heads it on to Sasaki. Sasaki flicking this one up, bouncing in front of Herrera. Herrera keeps it. Runs being made in the box, but can't find any of them. Spartans bringing it out. Miller stepping in. Good defense from him, winning it back for the Wolverines. O'Toole has it now.
Yeah, great tackle.
Spreading it out wide for Cassidy. Cassidy with the left foot. Goes back to O'Toole. Wolverines looking to play around in the back. Baker spreading this one out to Fisher. Now here's Herrera just barely keeping this one in play on the touchline. Fisher. Baker now. Into Ramos in midfield. Ramos shifting it away from pressure. He's got Cassidy on the right. He's found him now. Cassidy on that left foot. No options, goes back to Nolan Miller. So we see the Spartans coming up a little bit higher now with that press, picking their moments. Fisher out to Sasaki. He's got Herrera on the overlap. Sasaki came back from an offside position.
One of the reasons why I think we haven't seen a lot of Michigan State runs towards the back end is just this continuity on the back end of the Wolverines, right? We talked about Miller, we talked about Baker, but who was here last year? Goldson was the keeper. Matthew Fisher got some minutes last year. So that having that in the back pocket for the Wolverines is so much more helpful when you're just trying to set lines and set your marks. It just makes life a lot easier for the Wolverines.
Yeah, all of this back line is pretty experienced. This is pretty much an identical back four from last year. Baker and Miller as the center backs. Fisher was the left back for most of the season last year, and O'Toole was the right back for the majority of the season as well. But a lot of the times they would play with the back five. They've reshuffled it now where they're playing with the back four. They still will play with the back five at times if they need to, but it's traditional back four this time. Mitrovic, errant pass, Knox now. Spadafora making the run. Now here's Jeb Knox playing it back to Ebby. Adam now. Back to the goalkeeper, Kelly. Ebby showing for it. Ebby gets it. Back to the keeper again, and more of the same from the Spartans, just playing it around the back. Can't find an option, and then at the end of it, just clearing it forward. Zach Kelly with the ball at his feet. Now here's Ebby. Kelly again. Long one looking for a teammate on the right-hand side over his head, and now for a Wolverine throw. 20 minutes left in the half. Still no goal. But you feel it's coming. It could come for either side. If you had to guess, who do you think is getting the first one?
I think Michigan is just at this stage of the game. It's been Michigan State controlling the ball in their back half, but they really just haven't been able to get anything going through the middle third of the field. Michigan's had a little more success doing that, albeit we haven't really seen it in the past 6 minutes or so. So we'll see how this ends up. I do think Michigan will score the first goal just because I think Cassie over on the right wing and Sasaki are a little more prolific, but we'll have to see how it turns out.
Sasaki, usually such a dangerous player, has been shut down for the most part by that Spartan defense, so they've done their homework on him. For most of these Wolverine games, every time Sasaki gets the ball, there's at least 2 players on him, and it's been more of the same tonight, and he hasn't been able to get around him for the most part.
Yeah, just completely neutralized.
Fisher cutting inside. O'Toole now. Fullback to fullback. O'Toole drawing the contact and winning the foul for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Sudan back into the game for the Spartans.
Ramos to Fisher. Fisher in the middle of the field now. Beautiful ball looking for Sasaki, but Spadafora was able to clear.
Yeah, Spadafora's ball denial has just been unbelievable. We talked about Sasaki, but it's not really Sasaki getting the ball, and then, yes, he's had people right on his back, but Spadafora also just is not allowing him to even get his foot on the ball.
Mitrovic running away from him. Baker will send in the cross. A little bump from Cassidy, and the referee is not a fan of that one. Free kick for the Spartans right on the edge of their own 18-yard box.
Yeah, not going to be a popular call as far as the Wolverine crowd is concerned.
And we mentioned it's a sold-out crowd. There's not really an empty seat in sight. It's a really good showing. And to hear that Wolverine roar, we heard it once, but it was stifled because of the offside flag. So hopefully we get to hear that maize and blue roar if the Wolverines score before the halftime whistle. Miller clearing this one into the maize and blue crowd. Into OKK, one of those freshmen for MSU. Elmquist winning the header. Herrera can't bring it under control, but he wins it back. Good pressure. Elmquist trying the slide tackle, can't win it back, and it's back with the Spartans in the back line. Spadafora. Merritt playing this one back. Adam now.
Yeah, Sudan wants a ball over on this side. He's been calling for it for about the past minute and a half or so, yet to get it. But
it's often the story of a winger. Sometimes you just don't get the service, and not necessarily playing bad, but you're just not getting opportunities to make a difference, and that's been the case with Peter Sudan, who we mentioned scored last time out against Indiana, but much like Sasaki on that other left wing for the Wolverines, hasn't been able to danger that back line as of yet. So here is the top goal scorer, Quinn Rogers, coming in that center midfield role. He's a player that was a mainstay in the lineup 2 years ago as Ramirez plays this one inside. Sudan now. Nice play from him, looking for his freshman. He might find this one again. Goldson comes out for it and gets to it. Beautiful goalkeeper play by Goldson, coming out to claim it.
Underrated play, a great dummy from OKK there. And Goldson, not only did he initially trap the ball, but he had to keep the ball inside the 18 to avoid a handball, and did so absolutely beautifully, running and sliding full speed. Great play by Goldson.
I like how you give credit to OKK. I honestly thought he just miscontrolled that one. But if it was a dummy, it was a really good dummy.
A little bit of both. He'll tell coach I meant to do that.
Definitely. You have to. Here come the Spartans. The ball is making its way to the right-hand side, but a late challenge came in, and Rogers, a welcome gift from the referee, will get a yellow card.
Yeah, referee initially called advantage, and then once it became clear that Baker was winning that foot race, brought it back for a free kick.
Yeah, good refereeing. They don't often catch that late challenge as they're looking at where the ball is, but good on the referee for catching it.
It's a thankless job out there.
So a free kick in a decent crossing position for the Spartans. They're queuing up in the box. I think the Wolverines have the height advantage, most likely, especially with Baker and Miller.
Yeah, those two guys are tall.
Now. Into almost OKK, but it can't get to him. The Spartans will keep it, though, and they'll let it roll out for a throw-in. It was a decent cross, though.
Yeah, good cross. Cassidy with the initial clear out.
Here's Spadafora, Jake Spadafora, clipping it over the top. Miller reading that one and just shielding it out for a goal kick. 15 minutes left in the half. And good spells of possession for either side. You probably wouldn't know just from watching this game without context that this is a top 5 team against an unranked team.
Absolutely, yeah. These two teams look dead matched, evenly matched, and that's what you're going to get, right? It's a Friday night game, in-state rivals. Every game's tough in the Big Ten.
Good battle between Sudan and O'Toole. O'Toole wins the battle in the end. Sudan was trying to cut inside O'Toole, just way too strong for him. Mitrovic will go short, back to Goldson on the free kick.
Michigan State has looked like the better team for really the past 11 or 12 minutes here. They've gotten more chances. They've prevented Michigan from having possession. So Michigan trying to play a long ball just to get something going on offense. Maybe we'll see if they can spring Sasaki, but yet to do so here tonight.
Back to the keeper, Kelly. Hopefully the pitch is up to his standards. This one's played out for a Wolverine throw. A little bit of an errant pass in the back. As the referee will stop it for a little bit, but we're ready to go with the throw in. Rogers has it now. Back to Baker. Baker with time. Now it's Fisher cutting into his right. Miller over to Baker. Baker looking for the long one, clipping it into Sasaki. Sasaki playing it to Herrera with a one-touch pass. Spartans able to clear it away for the time being. It'll be a throw in for the Wolverines. Now it's with Rogers. Switch of play out to Herrera. Excuse me, that's Michael Ramirez with the left foot, clipping it over the top. And again, not able to find Sasaki. Fisher cutting inside. And again, O'Toole now tangled up. There's no foul. Luke Spadafora can bring it out. Now it's Knox. Sudan can't get on the end of that pass.
Yeah, very physical contact on O'Toole there. Just eventually kind of realized he wasn't going to get called and was trying to play it back. Just really nobody home on that pass.
So this Michigan side, they're not a team that gives up a lot of goals. They've conceded 6 in the 7 that they've played, so that's less than a goal a game. So they're really strong defensively.
The way that this game is going, 1 goal might do it here tonight.
It definitely looks like it could be a 1-0 contest. I agree. Okeke picking up the foul. Miller committing it.
Herrera, good play by him just to try and slow it down there. Once again, Sudan was screaming for the ball. He was actually wide open this time. Probably would have been play to him. But Herrera, draws a quick whistle from the refs, but smart play for sure.
Spartans have it in midfield. Back to Adam at center back. A run being made on the right. Fisher there to read it, and he's able to shield it for Isaiah Goldson. So with that 6 goals conceded, they have scored 13 in the 7 they've played. So that's almost 2 goals a game. Haven't found the goal yet. Mitrovic clipping this one to Ramirez. It was a really difficult one for Ramirez. It went over his head.
Yeah, it kind of looked in between like a pass and a clear outbounds. A little bit of a gray zone there.
O'Toole trying to win the header. It makes its way to Okeke. Okeke has it on the left. Mitrovic defending him. Okeke on his right foot. Nice little move away from Mitrovic. Sending the cross. It's bobbled by Goldson and cleared away by Rogers. Ramirez able to clear now. Dangerous, nervy moment for the veteran goalkeeper. But really good play by Okeke, the freshman substitute.
Yeah, it looks like Isaiah Goldson is like sweating through his shirt almost, and it just kind of creates some moisture that was making him unable to corral that one.
Fisher trying to create an opportunity, just gets clipped up, and that's an easy foul call for the ref. I think he's going to... No, he won't pull out the card for this one. But
took a look at the card.
Considered it, but we'll go with the warning for now. Get another look at that from Okeke. He was really smart to move it away from Mitrovic and then sent in the cross with his left foot. It should have been an easy catch for Goldson, but it slipped out of his hands, and Rogers was able to clear the danger.
Yeah, went over the towel just to wipe off his shirt again. Not something we usually see out of the veteran.
This is a Michigan State side that loves to pull players locally. They've got 16 players from the state of Michigan. So here comes the free kick now. Mitrovic will send it in, and it's a good cross, but it's claimed by Kelly. Kelly can go quick now. It's not the punt he wanted. Fisher's able to clear it away with the head. Sasaki battling for it with Spadafora. Looks like he got yanked down, but nothing doing for the referee. And Okeke making the run. Can't find him, and Miller able to retain possession. O'Toole has it on the right. Ramirez making the run inside. O'Toole will keep it and go back to Miller.
Look for things to open up here in the last 10 minutes. All these guys know that they get 15 to 20 minutes at halftime just to kind of compose themselves. So this is where we'll see some guys try and go all out for their last scoring chance of the first half.
Sudan. Merritt. Okeke. Can't bring it under control. Ramirez challenging for this one, almost winning it back for the Wolverines. Cassidy now will pressure. Ebby sending it back to Kelly. Kelly's got it again. So these are two sides that aren't afraid to play with their keepers. So, I mean, it's not really uncommon anymore for keepers to be really good with their feet. And both sides have no problem sending it back to the keeper. We'll hold that thought, though. Sasaki is running into the box now. He'll cross it in with the left foot. It's to the back post, almost making its way to Ramirez. But the Spartans able to get ahead on it and clear. Sudan now playing it back to Ebby. Ebby will clear with the left foot. No, he'll play it inside. The Spartans keep it for now, and now it's cleared away. Okeke can hold this one up against Miller. Okeke doing really well, so that's the freshman against the senior. They're pretty much the same size. Maybe Miller's a little bit bigger, but actually winning the free kick in the end.
Yeah, and the only reason why Sasaki was open there is Jake Spadafora kind of came up and pinched, and that allowed just a briefly a moment, and all it takes for Sasaki just to control the ball and then try and go up the end line.
So I said it was a free kick. It's actually going to be a throw-in for the Spartans. Referee just giving the go-ahead. 7 minutes, about 7.5 left. Okeke holding this one up against Miller. You see that shirt being tugged a little bit, but not enough for a call. Spartans still have it. Okeke, nice little Cruyff turn. Phelan now sending in the cross. Phelan new into the game. And cleared away.
Okege's been awesome for the Spartans.
Yeah, he's been really good. Spadafora. Gugamos slipping, giving it away. Wolverines pinned back now. Aydin Phelan. Beautiful cross, great shape on it, and it's left by Fisher. A big miscommunication. Fisher could have cleared it. He left it. And it was Jake Spadafora from right back getting into the 18-yard box. His shot bounced, kicked it into the ground and over the crossbar, but great chance for the Spartans.
Yeah, Fisher just kind of stopped playing there for a second, allowing Spadafora to just cut in front of him, and Wolverines fortunate again to not concede there. Best chance of the game so far.
Goldson now. Baker. Clearing this one up in the direction of Sasaki.
That is 2 times that Spadafora is pinched, so you're thinking that maybe Shaka Daly's looking at the same thing and thinking about a counterattack with Sasaki if they're able to clear and push quickly enough.
Herrera sending it back to Rogers. Rogers bringing it down for Mitrovic. Sasaki's got space on the left. Goes back to Fisher and said, now it'll go to Sasaki. We see the 2 players on him every single time. Baker. Fisher with a little bit of pressure on him. You'll go all the way back to Goldson. Goldson well out of his 18-yard box. Can push his side up the field. Baker now. Nice touch from the Wolverines. That's Kyle Pearson, new into the game, winning the free kick, drawing the yellow card for Will Ebby. Great work by Kyle Pearson.
Yeah, relatively easy call for the referee. Easy yellow as well.
5 minutes left in the half. So Kyle Pearson, one of those players for Michigan that's really, really good coming off the bench. He's a redshirt freshman. He's actually been here for 3 years, but this is his first year playing. He's already scored 2 this season. He scored the winner against Indiana. It was an incredible header in the dying minutes of the game. Here's Sasaki. 2 players on him. Splits the pair. Goes down a little bit easy. I think he saw that he wasn't going to get on the end of that ball, and he just went down. Nothing doing. Here's Okeke now. Okeke against Mitrovic in the corner. Mitrovic wins that battle and will concede the throw-in for now.
Good poke by Mitrovic there.
About 4.5 left. Okeke with the ball at his feet, sending it to the throw-in taker. Now here comes the cross from Spadafora. It's not one of his best, and it's easy for Goldson.
Yeah, much more routine than the last one he had.
Goldson looking to boot this one past halfway. Showing the big bear on the big screen. Might not go to anyone tonight if the scoreline stands. Here's Knox, the left back for the Spartans. Go back to Ebby, who's on a yellow card now. Zach Kelly able to clear it. Past halfway, Miller winning that header. Nice pass around the corner for Mitrovic. Herrera trying to spin his man. Can't keep it, and it's back with Kelly. Kelly plays this one straight to Matthew Fisher.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there between Kelly and Lutwig.
Sasaki looking to create danger. Mitrovic has it now. Now it's Sasaki. Sasaki against Spadafora. 3 on him that time. Here comes a cross. Pearson almost getting his head on it, but it's cleared away by the Spartans. Okeke looking to get on the end of this clearance. Winning this one up against Miller. Such a strong player, able to spread it out to Phelan. Okeke unable to get it back. Rogers blocked the path.
Yeah, Will Ebby on that cross, just a little less physical of Pearson, a little more tentative playing on the yellow. Something to watch in the second half.
Okeke, one to watch for the Spartans. I mean, he's such a nuisance. Even against the veteran Miller, he's doing such a good job in there.
Seemingly unlimited stamina on that kid, too.
Switch of play looking for Phelan. O'Toole able to read it. Spadafora to his brother. Spadafora cutting inside. Left foot shot is not the most troubling shot for Isaiah Goldson. He's able to just fall on that one and punt it away for the Wolverines.
He was hoping to rip that for about 4 seconds and then eventually kind of got into the mindset where I'm going to shoot this ball, and we'll see where it ends up.
Goldson rolls this one out. Can dribble a little bit here. The Spartans not pressuring him, so 1:55 left in the half. Goldson will switch this one in the direction of Sasaki, and it's cleared away for a throw-in deep in the Spartan half for the Wolverines.
Maybe the last gasp effort here for the Wolverines in this half at least. Still 0-0, still plenty of soccer left to be played, but throughout this, really the back half of this first half, Wolverines have definitely looked a little bit sluggish at times.
See what they conjure up in these final seconds. Sasaki, Mitrovic now sending the cross in. Header by Pearson. Offside.
Second time tonight, Wolverine striker has just gone a little too far behind the Michigan State defense. That one was definitely looked a lot closer than Alquist in the first half.
Kelly will take the free kick in his own 18-yard box. 57 seconds left. So I think both teams, at this point, probably happy to go into the break with a tie.
I agree. Both teams with their fair share of chances, though. Feels like an evenly matched game if Michigan State even has just a little more possession.
O'Toole reading that pass, winning the header. Ramirez. Nice step in by Jared Smid. O'Toole on the throw in, 25 seconds. Throws it deep, finding Pearson. Pearson can't bring it down. Last chance for the Spartans. Here's Okeke trying to spin away from Miller. He'll just play it out, and that should do it for the first half. It's been a really good, even battle between both sides. Elmquist with the headed goal. He went a little bit too early, and it didn't count. But 0-0 going into the break. What do you want to see more from the Wolverines going into the second half?
It's interesting, right? Because I think obviously they got to spring Sasaki. That's the easy thing to say. But in terms of Michigan State, Okeke has been their best player on offense, but Jake Spatafora, that is, on defense, has been crucial in preventing Sasaki from getting the ball. So in a nutshell, let's say, yeah, let's just pass to Sasaki and let him do his thing over on the left wing for a little bit. For me, that's easy to say, but obviously it's a much harder thing when Spatafora is kind of coming over the top and then there's somebody right away. And if Sasaki does get the ball with his back towards the net, usually it's a guy like Lutwig over him and then Spatafora kind of on the goal side. So it's very, very difficult to spring this guy right now. In terms of what I want to see from the Wolverines on the back end, I think I just want to see them clean up some communication stuff, right? You had the Fisher issue over here in terms of when Spatafora was able to just cut in front of him. There's been times where there's been a couple midfielders, namely Peter Sudan, who's had time to kind of dribble into a danger zone. So hopefully the Wolverines can clean that up. I think we all expect them to clean that up. But good, really hard-fought first half of soccer.
Well said. So the battle for the Big Bear is up for grabs. For anyone who wants to take it, I'm Aydin Abdollahi. Alongside me, Perry Mourtzinos. We'll have our friends taking over for the second half. We thank you for joining us here on WCBN. We'll be back with you in about 13.
Welcome back to Ann Arbor, Michigan. We have a tied game here between the Michigan Wolverines and the Michigan State Spartans, along with Luke Lentz. I am Theo Shernoff. Great job on the first half call by Perry Mourtzinos and Aydin Abdollahi. Luke, 0-0 game, no goals, but a lot of action, a lot of physical action. What are your takeaways from this first half?
Yeah, I think it was more or less a sloppy first half from both teams. Both teams had their opportunity on offense. I think good defense prevailed on all those attacks. There was the offsides call that was the header, ended up for a goal, called offsides, went to VAR. There's been chances for both teams, but I'd say it's pretty sloppy first half from both teams, or you could look at it as a good defense.
I agree. There's a lot to be said there. Both teams did have chances. You mentioned it. Michigan had the header and was offsides on a Grayson Elmquist would-be goal, the sophomore transfer from Xavier. He was just past the second-to-last defender, and he headed the ball over the keeper, Zach Kelly's head. Did not count after VAR. Michigan State, a few great chances as well. Their spark plug has been Chim Okeke off the bench. Freshman out of Laval, Quebec, Canada. Michigan State's power has been their freshman. They're 4-4, so not a fantastic season, but coming off of a win against number 3 Indiana, the freshman Spadafora, Okeke, Sudan, all are carrying this team. There are plenty of freshmen starting throughout the lineup, so they are a young team and a team that's looking to build chemistry and continue to attack through Okeke.
Yeah, and after a pretty neutral first half, if you look at the stats, Michigan hasn't had any shots on goal. The Wolverines have not been able to create much pressure, only one shot in general compared to the Michigan State Spartans, 3 shots, 2 of them being on goal. Isaiah Goldson's made some good saves, had some good footwork with the ball as well, maneuver out of some situations. But yeah, just not a very offensive first half. Okeke has provided the Spartans with opportunities. With his speed is something to note. He's very quick out there, got good agility, and the Michigan State Spartans had a chance in the first half, missed one wide right. Isaiah Goldson was not able to get a paw on that one, but he did not need to.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Michigan 0 registered shots on goal because that offsides goal doesn't count because play was stopped. Michigan State has 2, so 2 saves for the goalkeeper, Isaiah Goldson. These are 2 of the best goalkeepers in the Big Ten. We'll talk about that as the half continues. We're about 1 minute and change away from kickoff in the second half. But these are 2 of the best goalkeepers in the Big Ten. They're tied for first with shutouts. They each have 3 clean sheets coming into today, and that has continued thus far.
Wow, and it doesn't help either team's chances to score goals when you're going against both the top goalkeepers in the Big Ten. But the last time Michigan has scored 4+ goals in a game, going back to February 19th, 2021 at Northwestern in a 4-1 victory.
So you're saying this offense has struggled to really catch fire in these past couple years?
For the past 4 years, I don't see that changing the second half with the goalkeeper play we've seen and just the lack of offense, one could say, from the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, there has been a lack of offense from both sides. Neither teams have accomplished the goal of the game in the first half. Still 45 to play in this heated in-state rivalry. And, Luke, I have to imagine these teams do not like each other. It will get physical in the second half.
I would agree with you, Theo. I believe that there's animosity out there on the pitch. There's a little bit of, you can see a little bit of physicality out there. You see it in every soccer game, but it's a little bit, you notice the chippiness more between this Michigan State rivalry. One thing to note that we'll see in the second half is last time Michigan attempted 10 or fewer shots was about a month ago, a little less than a month ago, and they've only attempted 1 shot. So we can see if the Michigan
a lot of that
Wolverines
has come from neutralizing Shuma Sasaki, right? Michigan State's done a great job at that. He is the Wolverines' creator, leads the team in shots, like you mentioned. So what does taking away that creator do for that Michigan State defense?
Yeah, I think taking away that creator is everything. I mean, if you're taking away Michigan's lead ability to score, put the ball in the back of the net, it's gonna help not only your back line relieve them a little bit, but it's gonna free up the box. There's not gonna be too many Michigan attackers in there if they can't get the ball into the box.
You're right. Teams in their final huddles to begin the second half. Michigan looking to continue their lossless streak at the very least. They have not lost this season. 5 wins, 0 losses, 2 draws. Michigan State 4 wins and 4 losses on the season at 1-2 in Big Ten play. Michigan 2-0 in Big Ten play. Goldson back in net in his all-black uniform for the Wolverines. And for the Spartans, it is Zach Kelly, the senior goalkeeper. He's been at Michigan State the past couple seasons from Holt, Michigan, in his bright green and neon highlighter green. Michigan State in their dark green jerseys with white sleeves. Michigan, they're all whites with blue numbering and yellow trim.
I do have a question for you, Theo.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins the uniform battle today? Hey, let's keep it separate. Who wins the players' uniform battle, and who wins the goalie uniform battle?
I think I give it to Michigan State on both fronts here. Michigan, a very black and white feel. Michigan State, a little more diversity in their uniform choice. Some green with white sleeves is a different look. I'm not sure. They seem to be hit or miss. I think they beat the all whites for Michigan, and that highlighter green is pretty cool for Michigan State. Thoughts?
I'm almost going to defer with you on each of these. I think the green and the white don't mesh that well. I think it's just a lack. I think they mesh well, the colors, but I think the stripes and the style of the jersey I don't like. And I think the all black on Goldson is pretty clean with those bright pink gloves.
Okay.
We're getting ready to start the second half right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Starts the second half, kicking it backwards, and Michigan State will play a long ball in, starting from our left. Merritt launches a ball. Michigan retains possession. Baker, the Wolverines' Iron Man, kicks it up in the air, and Michigan State comes down with it. Now back to their back line. Josh Adam, senior defenseman, center mid, sends one way up the field to the right side. It curves into the box, into Goldson's hands on one bounce, and we will reset.
And
with
one
Goldson.
thing, Theo, was Sasaki. He needs to get going for the Michigan Wolverines offense. He's the only one to attempt a shot this game. If anyone were to attempt a shot, it probably would be Sasaki. We'll see if he can put up more shots on goal.
Long ball by Miller goes over the Michigan State end line, so Zach Kelly will reset with a goal kick. Both goalies touching the ball. Kelly, 3 shutouts on the season, 14 saves coming into the night, 0 thus far tonight. These teams still knotted at 0. Have 5 halves and counting without a goal between them. They tied 0-0 the last 2 matches in 2023 and 2024. Then Michigan State won the previous 2 before that. So Michigan has not won since 2020, a weight they'd certainly like to get off their shoulders. Michigan State, after some juggling, now has a throw-in in their own territory with Jake Spadafora, number 22.
And one thing to note this season is the Michigan Wolverines, when scoring 1 goal, are 2-0-1. So it shows that their defense prevails in most of these games. And if they're able to score that goal, statistically this season they have not lost. So we'll have to monitor and see if they can put 1 goal up.
Michigan State pushing. Knox sends one out wide for Spadafora. Spadafora gets pressured by a Wolverine defender. That's Nick Nobles, who just checked into the game.
That was a great tackle.
Tackles it. And Michigan State retains possession as the ball went out of bounds. Will Eby back to the goalkeeper, Zach Kelly. About 10 yards in front of his 18-yard box. Sends one deep. Nobles is there, and Nobles heads it out on the sideline. Michigan State will reset with a throw-in. 42 minutes left in this game, 0-0.
Yeah, it's a crisp night here in Ann Arbor. Sun's going down. Lights are out. Should be a good second half.
Michigan State tries to send one in. No offensive receiver is on the other side, so Goldson dribbles the ball in with his feet, and he has the ball right at about the penalty spot on his own 18-yard box.
And we see his footwork once again. In the first half, he put it on display, juggling the ball a little bit, doing some unique skills with his feet.
Capable with his feet is Goldson.
And that's decently rare from a goalie. Of course,
Fisher sends one up. There to get it is Mendez. Raymundo Mendez. A nice overlap from Fisher. Fisher has momentum down the left side. Plays it to Sasaki. Sasaki, right-footed cross, low. Can't find a Michigan attacker. It's cleared out. Sasaki resets again off the header from Mitrovic. Back to Mitrovic.
We need Sasaki to the Michigan Wolverines need Sasaki to perform well in the second half. As you mentioned, that opportunity there with the cross into the box, that's what the Michigan Wolverines need to see in order to.
Sasaki has a chance for a ball. Great long ball played. Good touch by Sasaki on the left wing. That's where he likes it. He likes that right-footed in-swinging cross. The grad transfer. Back to Mitrovic. out of Belgrade, Serbia, but a Marquette transfer, another grad transfer. These two big contributors in the first season in the maize and blue. Sasaki now cooking. Left-footed cross. Great grab by Kelly. Snagged the ball out of the air. There was a cutting Wolverine. I believe that was Herrera. Herrera looking to head the ball in, but Kelly grabbed it with his hands before Herrera had a chance. Michigan State avoids a goal.
This Wolverines attack is all coming from Sasaki. They're just feeding him, whether it's his left or right foot. He's able to find the way to get the ball in the box.
Daly, the Wolverines head coach, definitely prioritizing Sasaki early on in this second half. Fisher now. Wolverine captain, defender, left back. To Mitrovic, back to Miller.
Both defensive lines have been stout tonight. The back four is great on both Michigan Wolverines and the Michigan State Spartans.
Miller.
It's evident why this game is 0-0.
Feeds Kamau Brame. Was a great freshman last year. Did not start the game. This is his first action tonight. Coach Shaka Daly with some interesting changes. Now a long ball played up to Sasaki and Jake Spadafora. There are two Spadaforas, Luke and Jake. Jake Spadafora wins the tackle as Sasaki kicks it out of bounds. Michigan State throw in 0-0, 40 minutes left in the game.
Ooh.
Throw in goes off of Mitrovic, and the Spartans will advance 25 yards for another one. Spadafora, Jake that is, enters to Ludwig. Richie Ludwig to OKK. OKK trying for a 1-2. An insane turn of events. Tried for a 1-2 with Ludwig. Ludwig would have been offsides. Didn't go for the ball. Instead, cutting in for the ball was Peter Sudan. Out of nowhere, Sudan draws a penalty off of Goldson. Goldson had given up on the play as Ludwig was not going for the ball, as it would have been offsides. All of a sudden, Sudan runs in for the ball. Goldson dives and cuts out Sudan's feet, and it's a penalty kick.
Yeah, Fisher and the rest of the Michigan defense there just stopped moving. They thought the offsides was going to come. There's no offsides.
Pure effort from Sudan has earned the Spartans a penalty kick to take the lead and break this scoreless tie. Goldson, who committed the foul for the penalty, will have a chance to redeem himself.
An unfortunate set of events there for the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan State Spartans look to capitalize on this penalty. It looks like it will be taken by number 8, Miles Merritt.
Miles Merritt, the transfer from Incarnate Ward for Michigan State. 2 goals and 2 assists on the season. Leads the team. Junior, 5'11", 160. Matches up against Isaiah Goldson, boasting 3 clean sheets on the season.
Goldson and Merritt still separated by a few feet. Now Goldson's walking back into his net.
Merritt from Albuquerque, New Mexico, all the way up here in the cold north.
This is truly a guessing game for Goldson. He's got to pick away, commit to it, and hope that
he has a chance to redeem himself.
Yes.
Merritt, given the green light, takes 3 steps back, eyes Goldson. Goldson standing strong. Merritt approaches, shoots, scores! Bottom right corner, and the Michigan State Spartans, thanks to a penalty kick, have broken a 5-half drought against the Michigan Wolverines. They take the lead on the road, 1-0 against the number 5 ranked Michigan Wolverines. And it's due to effort from Peter Sudan, the freshman.
And give credit to the Michigan State Spartans on that attack, knowing not to go offsides, and let someone else who's onside play for that ball, drawing the tackle from the goalkeeper Goldson, forcing the penalty. It's just smart offensive attacking for the Michigan State Spartans.
A truly unbelievable way to get the first goal of the game, the first goal in this matchup in a long time. Offsides that never was, and then a penalty kick secured bottom right corner by Sudan. 1-0 Spartans, 39-42 and counting. Michigan has no choice but to go on the attack.
Yeah.
Baker in his own territory. Tries to send a long ball up for Sasaki. It sails out of bounds. Michigan State, their bench excited, sensing some momentum. 1-0. 1 might be all they needed. That's all they needed against number 3, Indiana. Looking for back-to-back wins against top 5 teams after not having a win against the top 5 team in 11 years.
And as mentioned, Michigan's undefeated. And if they're looking to remain that way, they're going to have to score a goal. You can't win a game without scoring any goals.
Very true, Luke. Action in the midfield. Jake Spadafora pressured by Mendez and Sasaki. Sends it up. Baker, a long header back the other way. Right back at him. Spadafora whiffs. Sasaki now. To Mitrovic. Mitrovic, a long shot. Blocked by Smid. The midfielder from Alabama. Okeke and Baker fighting. Okeke has space. Green grass ahead for the Spartans. Spartans cross. Great defense by Nolan Miller. Prevents a cross. It was a 2-on-1 for the Spartans. And Miller hustled back on defense and cleared the ball out for a throw-in with his left foot.
And we've seen this from Miller all game tonight. Making plays on the defense, poking, great tackles. He's got great sense for the game. He sees the ball really well, goes and makes a great tackle there once again. We saw it countless times in the first half. As mentioned, the Michigan defensive backs tonight have been special, other than that one play, other than just really just stop moving and letting the penalty happen. They've been
a fluke goal.
A fluke goal.
I think it's safe to call it that.
I would agree.
Baker and Miller, the back line for the Wolverines. Baker has not missed a minute of action since October 25th of last year. Played in 14 straight complete matches. Will likely continue that tonight.
Yeah, that's an impressive stat.
Josh Adam for the Spartans. Defender. Swings the ball. Jeb Knox, the left winger.
Slips.
Falls down.
Yeah.
Michigan State retains possession.
And that's something we've seen a lot tonight, actually, quite a bit. There's been a lot of slipping. Not a lot of rain on the forecast earlier today, but as there's a foul, Michigan State Spartans will retain the ball.
Foul by Nick Nobles on the Michigan State left wing.
But
Michigan
we've
State
seen
will
a lot
get
of
a free
slipping
kick
with this grass tonight. Players have been slipping, tackling, sliding into tackles. They're getting caught up in the grass, which is unusual for a soccer pitch. I mean, to notice this much slipping.
Michigan State will have a free kick that is basically a corner kick. They send an in-swinging cross in. On goal, and it's headed up in the air, on the ground. Michigan clears, has a counterattack opportunity. Baker, Fisher now on the left side, the near side. Fisher cuts through the defense. Wolverines now at midfield, methodically working their way up. Nobles sends it up to the right wing. Now cutting in and sending a long ball for Sasaki. It does not get to him. Good clearance there by Richie Ludwig, who created that opportunity to score the goal.
And we've seen this a lot as the Michigan Wolverines turn it over out of bounds.
A turnover on the throw-in. Miscommunication. Michigan State is gifted a free throw-in for Jake Spadafora.
And throughout the season, the Michigan Wolverines have been great turning defense into offense on those counterattacks. As there's some skirmish there in midfield.
Fisher cuts through the defense. Miller now has space in his own half. Miller signaling out to the defense what he wants. Now to Baker. Tandem was very strong last season. Looking to continue that this season. Wolverines looking to avoid their first loss of the year. Down 1-0. 36 minutes and counting left in the game.
We'll see if this offense continues to run through Sasaki. Ball on the other side of the pitch right now.
Spartans force a turnover. Have the ball. Merritt to Smid. Now a ball sent in, but sent to Isaiah Goldson, the Michigan Wolverines goalkeeper. Michigan has 35 minutes to formulate a goal.
And we see this tonight. Goldson's makes some great saves. When the ball touches his paws, it is not being scored tonight. I'm sure he'll look to continue that throughout the rest of this half. But, yeah, Goldson's had an impressive night, just an unfortunate mistake.
You're right, the mistake of tripping the Michigan State attacker. Now, Mitrovic sends a long ball. Nobles with an overlap. Nobles on the right side, across. Shot deflected by Kelly. It was intended to be a cross, but it turned out to be a shot. Kelly couldn't catch the ball and deflected out of bounds. Michigan will have a corner kick. Michael Ramirez, the sophomore transfer from Northwestern, will have the corner.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first corner kick tonight.
Michigan had one earlier in the game. This is the second tonight, so not very many corner kicks.
No.
Second corner kick. Michael Ramirez, the lefty forward, will swing the corner. And Michigan just jolting around the box, around the goal. Ramirez plays it short. Good move. Cross. Shot. Score! Michigan! An interesting strategy of jumping right around the keeper, Zach Kelly. He was lost himself. Michigan scores in the third with 34 minutes left in the second half to equalize the game.
What a goal from the Michigan Wolverines. The fans are excited. Students are excited on the other side. Flags are running across the field.
Ramirez played it short to Nobles. Nobles, a very low cross on the ground, was tipped in to the top corner, and there was such a scrum I couldn't even see who it was.
Yeah, all the players were guarded right around the goal at the beginning. Michigan lays it short, develops their way inside the box, then crosses it in, scores a goal.
Goal, Michigan. It's 1-1. The official stat sheet doesn't even know who it was yet.
There are a lot of bodies right around the goal.
I believe there's a chance it was an own goal. There were so many bodies around the goal. Yes, it was an own goal. So a Michigan State defender tipped the ball into the goal. Heartbreaking. Now errors on both sides to equal goals. 1-1. Own goal, Michigan State. 33:50 left in the game.
Yeah. What an exciting setting up for a great second half. 1-1, 33:45 left in the second half. There were good 6 Michigan players in the inner box, and when they're leading to 12 players, someone's going to get a foot on it, and unfortunately it was on the Michigan State
Mitrovic
Spartans.
was right there, but that was Josh Adam, the Michigan State senior defender from Brighton, Michigan, tipped the ball in with his left foot, the foot closer to the goal, and there was no chance for Zach Kelly as a Wolverine never touched it. Spartans now have the ball at midfield. Miller clears it away. High in the air. Fighting for it is Mendez, and it falls right to Sasaki. Sasaki, calm and collected. Scissors. Moves right, moves left. Cuts towards the goal line. Back, cuts, shot. Great save by Kelly. Sasaki, a great series of moves. Fired a shot low on the ground on goal, and Kelly saves it, keeping it knotted at 1.
Yeah, Sasaki with the aversive maneuvers there, able to get a shot on goal. Great save by Zach Kelly, laying on the ground, taking the ball in, and now he's holding it, looking to just distribute it out to the Michigan front on the left side of the pitch.
Sasaki maneuvered among 3 defenders and then got a clean shot off with some power.
Quite impressive.
It was. Michigan, now their unbeaten streak, or their lossless streak, I should say, is still alive.
That's correct.
Yet to lose this year, back in a square 1-1 draw with these Spartans. 32 minutes left.
And all throughout tonight, we've seen Sasaki give the Michigan Wolverines opportunities. He leads the team with 17 goals this season. Michigan Wolverines, from my perspective, need to continue to run it through Sasaki because he's giving the Wolverines attacking chances.
You're right. He's on that left side as the Wolverines have the ball, just passing between their defenders, Miller and Baker and Fisher.
And
but Sasaki's on that left side, but that goal came from Nobles and Ramirez on the right side.
And as you'd expect to see someone from his caliber, he uses the left foot and right foot really well. He can go cross into the box either way and shoot with both feet.
Ball is with Raimundo Mendez on the near side. Kicks it back to Fisher. Now back to Mendez. He's squirted behind the defense. Mendez plays it into the middle for Brame. Kamau Brame. Big Ten freshman honorable mention last year.
Michigan Wolverines with 4 shots.
Mitrovic now. Mitrovic plays a long ball in for Ramirez. Nobles to Ramirez. High in the air. Mendez doesn't get to see the ball come down as it's cleared away by the Spartans, Richie Ludwig. Now Sasaki, right foot across, blocked by Spadafora. Brame. Nobles cutting through the defense, way out of position. Plays a nice ball to Sasaki. Has the ball. Cuts right. Cross. Back post. Header in the air. Brame now. Back to the goalpost. Nobles shot. Right to Zach Kelly. Nobles a low shot right to the center of the goal. Zach Kelly there to save it.
Zach Kelly did not have to move for that ball. All he had to do was extend his arms and embrace the ball with welcome arms. I'm sure he was delighted to see the ball shot straight at him. Ball was shot from the 18 there. Had quite a bit of power on it. Zach Kelly able to take that one in. Now he punts it away.
1-1, 30 minutes left. Brame now for Michigan at midfield. Now Michigan State retains possession. Kelly with the save on every Michigan shot tonight. There is a goal due to an own goal.
Yeah, and Michigan now up to 5 shots. I mentioned the last time they've attempted 10 or less shots has been over a month ago, so their offense is improving in this second half.
2 quick goals in this second half thanks to a penalty kick and an own goal. Josh Adam now responsible for the own goal, makes another mistake, passes it to Sasaki of Michigan, goes out of bounds.
And something we've seen from Sasaki all night is his touches. His touches are impeccable. Whether the ball's 50 feet in the air, it lands gracefully on his foot. That time, he's not able to make the touch, and it goes out of bounds. Michigan Wolverines 1, Michigan State Spartans 1. 29:33 left in the second half to play.
Sasaki is out of Kawasaki, Japan, but he transferred from the University of the Cumberlands, which is in Williamsburg, Kentucky.
Here we go.
4-year transfer as Herrera has a run, but the ball rolls right to Zach Kelly. Kelly now holding the ball. Herrera couldn't catch up to it.
And the Michigan offense is finding ways to maneuver throughout this back four. Another almost chance there.
Miller has the ball at midfield, drops it back for Brame. Now Baker. Will Baker, the Iron Man. It's the ball on his left foot. Miller. Now Ramirez on the right wing. Michael Ramirez drops it back. A lot of transfers in the game for Michigan right now. Michigan State, a very local team, 16 players from the state of Michigan. University of Michigan's team all over the place. International, national. Sasaki now, a nice ball from Mendez. Mendez maneuvers through the defense, cuts right again. Tries to drop it back for Nobles, deflected away by Michigan State. Michigan State looking for a counterattack. Long ball played in by Sudan. Okeke's there with his chest and then cleared away by Baker. And Okeke cuts Baker's life out from his knees. And Baker falls. Michigan gets a reset with a goal kick.
Yeah, he drew a foul there. Okeke had room. Okeke, very quick player for the Michigan State Spartans, beats Miller to the ball.
Okeke was that spark plug.
Excuse me, Baker to the ball. He beat Baker to the ball. Baker's able to adjust and make a great tackle, drawing the foul.
Okeke was that spark plug in the first half for the Spartans. He comes off the bench, a freshman out of Quebec, Canada, but made a big contribution in this game. He was the one that had the pass that Goldson ended up committing the penalty on.
Yes,
Mitrovic now for the Wolverines. A long ball for Ramirez. It's chested back by Jeb Knox to his own goalkeeper of the Spartans, Zach Kelly, who will pick up the ball. 27 minutes, all square, 1-1. 27 minutes left. Josh Adam back to Zach Kelly in his own box. Sends a long ball up with his left foot. It's up for grabs, and Michigan comes down with it. Matthew Fisher. Fisher now, a nice little lofted pass to Herrera. Herrera to Mendez. Mendez falls, and the ref thought about blowing his whistle and will play on. Okeke now on the right wing for the Spartans. Scissors once, drops it back. Shot! Goal! Michigan State out of nowhere scores in the bottom corner. It's Richie Ludwig, his second goal of the year. Goldson was screened off. The shot deflected off of the foot of Nolan Miller and went in to the Wolverines' goal. It's not an own goal, but it was deflected. 2-1 Michigan State with 26:49 left, and still on the ground is Raimundo Mendez, who him falling was the impetus for that entire attack.
Yeah, the referee looks like he wanted to blow the whistle there. Good choice to let the Spartans play. They had the attacking position. Able to find a goal there. Richie Ludwig, his second shot on goal, this time finds the back of the net. Isaiah Goldson has led in two into the back of the net tonight, one from a penalty. That one was a great shot into the bottom left corner of the net. Deflected in the bottom.
How hard is it as a keeper to react to those deflections by your own defenders?
Yeah, it's something Isaiah Goldson's proven to do throughout the season, but man, it's tough. Great shot.
That was nearly impossible to save.
I would agree. Bottom left corner, perfect. He was on the right side of the net. Shot goes to the left corner after it was deflected. Nothing Isaiah Goldson can do there. As Okeke comes off for the Michigan State Spartans.
Okeke, an attacking piece, comes off now that Michigan State has the lead. Yeah. He has an assist on that goal and a phantom assist on the penalty kick goal. Michigan State back in the lead just like they were 8 minutes ago. Michigan trailing. They were trailing with 35 minutes left, and now they're once again trailing with 26 minutes left. 2-1 Spartans. Michigan has no choice but to respond with offense.
And, boy, they're quick right now. They're attacking, looking to find a way to break through this Michigan State defense.
Mendez, who was on the ground, is now back up and in the game. The grad transfer from Yakima, Washington, played at Seattle Pacific University in Queen Anne there in Seattle. Drops it back. Baker sends a long ball in. It's headed by Knox. He's been good at heading the ball to his keeper, Zach Kelly. And Kelly will stall as much time as he can before he picks it up after being pressured by Mendez.
Yeah, Jeb Knox has had a great game tonight for the Michigan State Spartans, whether that's tackling or creating opportunities for the Spartans on offense. He's been a focal point through the for the Spartans tonight.
Kelly sends a long left-footed ball up, and it finds the stands.
Well into the stands. That thing wasn't.
That's a fan from Northville, Michigan there cheering on the Spartans. Caught the ball.
Michigan Wolverines to inbound the ball.
A sold-out crowd here at the Michigan Soccer Stadium tonight. In-state rivalry. Students lining the student section. Fans taking up every seat in the stands. The ball goes out of bounds for a Michigan State throw. Luke, what does this environment do for you as a player? Do you just wake up? Does it get that energy flowing?
I'm sure they've had this game marked on their calendar for a while to play in front of all 2,200 here in Ann Arbor as there's a player down on
the standing
pitch.
room is even sold out.
Yes.
There's hardly room to see the game if you wanted. There is a player down on the pitch. You're right. That's why we're pausing.
Kamau
Brame. Kamau Brame is now up and walking. He has survived.
Yes, he has survived. As we've seen a few theatrics from both sides tonight, but that's what soccer is.
When
they're running around for 65 minutes, they gotta rest.
They should have their own award show.
They should. They should look into an acting career. Michigan State Spartans have the ball.
Michigan State throw-in down the line as they are taught. And Michigan State is on the receiving end. Michigan now forces a turnover but kicks it out of bounds into the students.
And
the maze rage, Luke.
Yes, it's a maze out here in Ann Arbor.
Maze out. Students
as the lights
yellow.
are bright, the sky is dark.
Michigan State throws it out of bounds, and it will be a Goldson goal kick. He is moving with urgency with 25 minutes left, down 2-1.
Yeah, and one thing that we've seen all night is the Michigan Wolverines have turned defense into offense, whether not necessarily scoring, but they've given themselves chances after the mistakes from the Spartans.
Fisher dribbles around a couple defenders, so crafty in the midfield. Michigan now on the right side. Nobles breaks a tackle. Has the ball, slows down, sends a long cross in for Herrera, headed away by Adam. Michigan now resets. Nobles back to Miller. Baker. Fisher. Miller, Baker, Fisher. Heard that one or two times in the past couple years. Now Mendez on the left wing. Fisher looking for opening, directing traffic. Back to Baker. I could keep going. Luke.
I can take over if you want me to. It's a lot of Fisher, Baker, Miller right now.
This defense trying to find a hole, though, right? They're not just wasting time. They're trying to find an opening. And they just might have. Mitrovic now to Mendez, moving closer to the 18-yard box. And the ref sees something wrong. Will call a foul on Michigan State, I believe.
I believe that was Peter
Sudan. Mitrovic, Belgrade, Serbia, is his hometown. Transfer from Marquette, just across Lake Michigan.
Now Ramirez, as it might take this. They're both stood over the ball.
They're looking to find one of those 6 attackers lined up on the very edge of the goal box.
Yeah, expect them to run in.
Six white shirts. I count 7 green shirts plus the keeper.
No Sasaki down here in the left wing, Theo.
Mitrovic, an in-swinging ball. Headed over the goal. Nolan Miller, the tall center back, got a head on the ball, and he sets it over the crossbar. Zach Kelly will reset with the goal kick. 23 minutes left. Wolverines trail by 1. 2-1. Spartans.
Zach Kelly's had a great night tonight. Other than his goal forced from his own team off Adams' foot, he's had a great night tonight.
I think that should count for a clean sheet, frankly.
I would agree.
Yeah, I don't think it does, though. He needs a shutout. Michigan State now on the attack. Ludwig heads it up in the air, and Fisher heads it back for the Spartans. Fisher from his left back position with speed. Slows down as he's cut off Now a left-footed pass to Sasaki, can't find him. Spadafora steps in the way. Fisher saves his own mistake and kicks it out of bounds off Spadafora. And now Matthew Fisher, the captain, is down on the ground in pain, and the ref will stop the clock at 22-22 in the second half.
I will be too quick to speak here. We'll give Fisher his time, make sure he's all right,
Holding
see how
his
quickly he gets up.
Left shin.
Yes.
Jake Spadafora, senior, who has a brother, freshman Luke
check on him.
Spadafora, is checking on him.
That
Good
was
show,
nice.
sports.
Yeah. There's a chippy atmosphere. It's exciting to watch for the fans, I'm sure, as they've been battling all night, the rivalry between Michigan and Michigan State.
A little bit of an offensive explosion, although it has been chippy.
Yeah.
But these goals are sloppy.
These goals are very sloppy. As we mentioned, it's been a sloppy game. Whether that's a penalty, an own goal, or a deflection into the bottom left corner of the net. Here come the Wolverines, though. Yes, that's a foul.
Foul on Michigan State. They were resetting. Michigan will now have a free kick from, call it, 15 yards outside of the 18-yard box.
That is
And once
Mitrovic
again-
that was held. He was not able to go anywhere with the ball as he was being held from the back.
Mitrovic and Ramirez once again will line up over the ball. Mitrovic took the last one with his right foot. Ramirez is a lefty, could take it with his left foot. We'll see who takes this one. Again, a line of Wolverines just inside the 18-yard box. Mitrovic across, headed. Oh, just misses to the left. Duilio Herrera got up and got a forehead on the ball, but could not direct it into the goal. Just misses the left post.
That missed
And-
the left post by a good 2 or 3 feet, Theo. If
Michigan
that ball's
State
any more
escapes.
right, yeah, that's a big escape. Zach Kelly was nowhere near that ball. If that thing is 2 or 3 feet right, that's a goal for the Michigan Wolverines. We have a tie ball game, but now 1-2 Spartans with 21 minutes left to play.
Kelly a long ball, and that was a great ball by Mitrovic to send
Yes.
a in-swinging cross, but with momentum towards the goal as Fisher and Ludwig fight for the ball. Ludwig sends it out of bounds off of Fisher. So Spadafora will play it quick with the throw-in. Up a goal. Ludwig now. A 1-2 with the other Spadafora. And Ludwig, with momentum, carries the ball all the way out of bounds off of Brame, the Wolverine defender. So they will have a throw-in from right next to the corner flag.
I'm sure they would have loved a corner kick here, but they'll be able to do the same with the throw-in. Quick throw-in back. Brother tosses the ball over to the other brother.
Luke to Jake. Now Jake throws the ball in. Inserts it. Back to Adam on defense for the Spartans. Perfectly happy to take their time with a 1-goal cushion. Knox. Jeb Knox on the left wing. Sends the ball up, trying to connect with the Spartan and can't. Goldson keeps the ball inbounds with his feet and dribbles back to his penalty spot. Wolverines looking to break through.
Yes.
Do you think it's Sasaki, or do they go back to the formula that created the goal with Ramirez and Nobles?
I was just about to say it's got to go through Sasaki. We've seen him create, whether it hasn't led to goals, he's created opportunities for the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan Spartans have the ball, though.
Spartans won the ball off a long Goldson kick, and Sudan is fighting for it with Mendez. Mendez comes out with the ball for the Wolverines. Tries to split a double team with his left foot. Can't. Cleared out of bounds by Miles Merritt for the Spartans, but off of Mendez, so a Spartans throw-in.
That was a neat tactic. Kick it as hard as you can at the foot, and then it goes out of bounds. Michigan Spartans retain the ball. Here comes the throw-in.
Merritt, and a big contributor. Spadafora, Jake enters the ball in. It's deflected by Michigan. Michigan State wanted a handball, didn't get the call. Ball's back to the Spartans, though. On offense is Ludwig. Ludwig thought he got pushed and then held Baker and dragged him to the ground for a foul. So Michigan has a free kick deep in their own territory.
And Theo, someone we haven't mentioned a whole lot tonight is Jake Spadafora. He's had a great night tonight. As the defenseman, 1 shot on goal, 2 shots in general, and he's provided a great defensive battle, limiting this Michigan Wolverines attack.
Ball is taken away from Mitrovic, and then a great sliding tackle by Duilio Herrera to win it back. Another tackle doesn't land for Nobles, and Michigan State resets on offense.
If I were to take a prediction here, Theo, I think Nick Nobles is going to break it through for the Michigan Wolverines. He seemed quick. He's got fresh legs out there. I think he's going to find a way to put the
Didn't
ball
play
in the
in
back
the
of
first
net.
half.
I know.
Played important minutes this half. Zach Kelly, the Spartan keeper, sends one deep. Mendez with a man on, boxes him out, tries to get to the ball. falls on it, and is rewarded with a free kick. This one's a little more head-on than the last one that Mitrovic so perfectly played. So Mitrovic thinking about playing this one quick, but instead will slow things down and set up a cross.
Yeah, Josh Adam not happy with that call there.
Mitrovic trying to go quickly.
Yes.
There is Sasaki on the left wing. Spadafora has shadowed him all night, and we'll see if Mitrovic wants to play a ball in or play one quickly to Sasaki. He will elect to play a ball into the box. This one's a little long, finds the hands of Zach Kelly, and Kelly falls on the ground and is quickly prompted to stand up by the referee.
2-1 Spartans, 17:35 left to play in this second half, and what a rivalry we have on our hands. Michigan Wolverines down 1, looking to tie this thing back up.
Michigan has not beaten the Spartans since 2020, since we were all wearing masks, hopefully. Back to Goldson. Goldson catches the ball and will send one deep. Sasaki takes a hit from Josh Adam, and instead the ref calls it in favor of Josh Adam. Sasaki holding his cheek.
He's back up, though. He's a tough player for the Michigan Wolverines.
Josh Adam now, defender who is responsible for the only Michigan goal of the night, even though he wears green and white, will take the free kick as there is a substitution. Michigan inserting some offensive players who played in the first half. Nicholas Cassidy and Joao Paulo Ramos. Ramos, a very creative midfielder, and a Spartan, Miles Merritt. And Miles Merritt, his merit earns him a yellow card.
Now
earns him a yellow card.
Now they might have called another. Oh, they called the yellow card. Yes.
They called a Merritt.
Yes.
A yellow card on Miles Merritt.
Yes.
And still on the ground is Mendez. And he's been down a couple times tonight. And Shaka Daly is right there looking at him along with the trainer. Both of them are bald. Looking at Mendez, seeing if he needs assistance. He is not receiving any assistance right now. I believe if he receives assistance, he has to come off the field. So that's a decision that they have to make.
And all of a sudden, he looks to be a little bit better.
And now
Josh Adam actually wanted a foul there from
now the official is
Herrera.
saying with his finger, come here, medical staff. You have to look at Mendez. So Raimundo Mendez from the great state of Washington, the Seattle Pacific transfer, is on the ground in pain. 15:57 left, in the second half. Michigan State up 2-1. This clock is stopped.
Yeah, the Michigan Wolverines have most of their offense has come from the left wing. Has come from Sasaki. He's tired out there. He's played all 74 minutes of this game, but he's back out there on the left wing. Michigan Wolverines
leads the team in shots by a wide margin.
And goals.
Is their creator for offense, correct, and goals. But the shots margin is huge. He leads them by 8 shots.
Nick Nobles comes back on the pitch. And actually, Mendez did not come off there.
Mendez is staying on, you're right. He got attended to by the medical staff, but he stayed on.
Here comes.
So Mitrovic has a free kick, and there's no one further south of him. There is no one behind him for the Wolverines other than Goldson.
And Goldson right up with him, jogging his way back into goal. I'm sure Michigan Wolverines are going to give him some time. Just get it back a little bit.
Clock is stopped, so they have time to set up an offense. They are spread out throughout the field right now. Mitrovic looks to play it short.
Clock is
See if
stopped
he does to Ramos.
15:57 left in this game. Down to Nick Nobles.
Nobles, a nice move. Pull back. Mendez now, the one who's down for injury, plays it to Sasaki. Shuma Sasaki. Back to Fisher. Fisher cuts, splits the defense, has space, scissors twice, and then is tripped up in the box, and no foul call. Michigan State escapes. Breaking free is Spadafora, who sends it deep.
Yeah, Richie Ludwig with a great tackle. They were able to get it to Spadafora and save the the Michigan State Spartans from a pretty detrimental chance.
2-1
cost them a goal.
2-1 State. 15:15 left in the game. Michigan swinging, reversing the field. Student section is on their feet, with lights on their head.
Yeah, looks like the Michigan students were given some lights tonight after the maze out. Here comes Mendez.
Mendez, a nice quick turn with Sasaki running with him. Mendez has trailing defense in the box, now out of it to Sasaki. Sasaki, ball is at a standstill. Sasaki's feet are not. Cutting, moving, sends it back to Paolo. Ramos couldn't find space. Now Ramos with some space. Finds Sasaki behind the defense. Cross at the feet of Mendez, and it goes out of bounds. Could not catch the ball with his feet and send it in. Misses the post by a few feet yet again. The second time the Wolverines have just misplaced the ball a little left of the goal.
And what a great opportunity there created by Sasaki, as we mentioned all night. Maneuvering throughout the defense, finding Mendez there, and he's not able to convert, misses it a yard, a few feet.
The number 5
couple
team
feet
in the country.
left.
The number 5 team in the country, Michigan, looking to remain lossless. If the score stands, they will record a loss to their hated rival, the in-state Spartans. Spartans up 2-1. 13 minutes, 57 seconds, and counting left in the match. The ball is flying all over the pitch as Miller heads it back to Goldson for the Wolverines. Sends the ball up. Long goalie throw. Nobles to Cassidy on the left wing, on the right wing, can't keep the ball in play. And now Michigan State will have a throw in with their back to the Maze Rage student section.
Yeah, difficult touch there from the Grand Rapids Christian alumni, Cassidy there.
A cowbell is ringing right in the ear of the Spartan. They're letting him hear it. And the throw goes over the head of everyone, and Miller receives it. Tries to find Mendez.
Ooh.
Ball high in the air, heading Sasaki's way. Cannot execute a very difficult touch. And there will be a substitution for the Spartans as Charlie Norkett out of Naperville, Illinois, part of the Chicago Fire Academy, checks onto the game. A more defensive player. He is a defensive freshman.
Yeah, from Naperville, Illinois. Mitrovic, I don't like the decision there. He put that ball well high in the air. If he even swung that around to the left back, who could have played it to Sasaki, he just chucked this one pretty much out of bounds. Sasaki would have had to make an impossible touch on that.
Checks out of the game in favor of Grayson Elmquist, who had the goal that was called offsides in the first half. So Elmquist back in the game. Michigan, with 13 minutes left, needs offense quickly.
Mitrovic holding his head, looks to be injured.
Yeah, he is. Ramos now to Cassidy. A nice 1-2 move by himself, and he's working on Jeb Knox. Up the right.
Yeah, able to get out of the swarm of the
for
Michigan
Nobles.
State
Back to
defenders
Cassidy, 1-2. Cassidy, a low cross, kicked out of bounds. Corner kick, Michigan.
And the last time the Michigan Wolverines had a corner kick, it resulted in a goal.
They played it short last time. They play it short again. Go quickly. Nobles, cross into the box. Elmquist couldn't get ahead on it. Fighting for it. A low ball deflected out of bounds by Michigan State for a corner. And Michigan is avidly protesting for a handball. Elmquist is outraged. He says Michigan State hit it with his hand in the box. They want a penalty. They are begging. Will they be rewarded with a square signal for a VAR? No, they will not. It is a corner kick. And now,
here comes the VAR.
Thanks to the referees upstairs on Big Ten Network, a square is signaled by the referee. He goes under the monitor for a VAR, a potentially huge decision, seeing if a Michigan State defender hit the ball with his hand.
And based off the reaction from the Michigan Wolverines, every single player immediately signaled to a handball.
You almost have to believe that.
Yes. And when every single player in the box, all 7 of them, signal for a handball.
It was played short to Nobles. Nobles with a quick cross. The cross was deflected down, I thought, by a chest. It might have been.
It could have been a hand. Let's look.
We have a little replay here. It's hard to see from this much of a distance. Hands were behind his back. That is the player
look at number 2.
Norkett. But then Eby did not have his hands behind his back. And the ball hits off of Eby's hands from my perspective. In my opinion, Luke, in our opinion, that looks like a surefire handball inside the box.
I will tell you, the Michigan fans believe it's a handball.
Everyone is slapping their wrists for a handball. Perry, first half color commentator, also believes it's a handball. We'll wait for the official ruling.
Yeah, and we will let you know.
By the official.
If not granted the handball, which looks like it should be granted a handball, Michigan will be awarded with the corner kick once again. We'll let you know. Here's the official ruling.
Square signal. Corner kick.
Corner
No
kick.
handball. Wow. A crucial decision at this point in the game.
The coaches are letting the ref hear it. It's tough. I'm sure they have better cameras there at the Big Ten network. But they awarded them the corner kick. Michigan Wolverines now settle for the 4th corner kick of the night. Have scored on one of the attempts.
Played it short the past 2 times to success, but this time they can't play it quickly. Across, high in the air, finds the feet of Raimundo Mendez in the corner of the box. Tries to send one in, it's deflected out, and Michigan State steps up their defensive line. Noble sends it back to Goldson, way in their own territory.
Michigan State Spartans 2, Michigan Wolverines 1. 12 minutes left to play. Michigan Wolverines have outshot the Spartans 9-5 in this game.
Knox out of position now as a right back instead of a left back, sends it out of play. And now he rotates back to his original position with his head. It's a throw-in for Michigan. Cassidy.
Yes.
Players are all over the place, frankly. People I thought were on the right side are taking throw-ins on the left side. Cassidy will take the throw-in on the left side.
I'm sure Michigan's doing, oh my goodness.
A long throw at the 6-yard box is headed out. Fisher, ball at his feet. Plays it to Mitrovic. Mitrovic, a nice fake shot, and now sends it for Cassidy, but it's a poor ball deflected out to Nolan Miller. Nolan Miller backtracking.
Theo, that's why Cassidy took the inbound. He was able to throw that into the center of the box.
You're right. Now he goes to his right side position.
Yes.
Those throw-ins that could basically count for corner kicks
Fisher.
are valuable. Fisher sends a long ball in. Hustling is Elmquist. Can he keep the ball in play? No. He runs into the fence in heavy pursuit by Josh Adam.
Great defense there from Adam. Unfortunately, the ball went off his foot in the first half. I'm sure he's looking to get that one back, but Michigan State Spartans still remain 2-1 ahead.
You're right, under 11 to play. 2-1 State.
And this is a game the Michigan Wolverines could have avoided. Sloppy penalty created by the goalkeeper, Goldson, and then a deflection, which was a nice goal from the Michigan State Spartans.
Michigan has the ball after a long goal kick. Nobles plays it back to Goldson, who quickly returns the favor, but it finds a Spartan. Spartans backtracking, happy to take their time.
Yeah, Ramos not able to take a good touch on the
A
ball.
long ball
Michigan
in.
Wolverines say
That
no
was
offside.
offsides. Baker knew it immediately.
Now, what they should stop doing is stop moving when they think it's offside, because the last time they did that, it resulted in a goal
You're
for
right.
Michigan State Spartans.
It was almost offsides for
Just
their
play
Michigan
till you
State
hear a
first
whistle,
goal.
in my opinion. That's what I was taught when I was a kid. Play till you hear a whistle, and then you move. Okay.
Right, what a great effort player, Luke Lentz. Michigan resets. Ramos in the midfield, trying to find space. A creative midfielder tries to split a double team. Instead, it's a deflection that finds the feet of Elmquist. Grayson Elmquist has the ball back to the goal. Sends it for Fisher.
Sasaki's calling for the ball.
But he's playing a little more in.
He
He's not
is.
playing on the left wing. Ball is reversed field.
More of a left center forward, I would say.
Ball to Cassidy. Cassidy evading defenders. A lofted ball. Can't find a teammate. Goes out of bounds for a goal kick for Zach Kelly. 9:23 left in the second half. Michigan State up 1.
Not a bad idea there on the cross, and I think he was just deciding where to cross it into. I think he ended up picking the middle there. He had Mendez a little bit way left, actually. Ball goes out of the back, and here comes a goal kick for the Michigan State Spartans. 9 minutes remaining in this rivalry.
Zach Kelly is not allowed a goal on a Michigan shot tonight. There is an own goal. But Michigan down 1. They have 1 goal on the board, looking for a second. 8:50 left. In their defense is the ball flying. Baker, Miller, now Ramos at the center circle. Sends a low ball in that finds the foot of Sasaki. A good touch to keep the ball in play. Mendez tries to run in behind. Sasaki cuts upfield. Right foot, drops it back to Mitrovic. 2 international students here on the left side.
And we've heard this all night. Baker, Fisher, Miller still in the game.
Mendez fighting for it. Ball flies out of play off of a Spartan. A throw-in for Michigan.
And Fisher looks hurt. He's been limping for
Fisher,
quite a while tonight.
Fisher.
Shows the toughness of Fisher.
Does look hurt. Michigan State making a substitution.
Matthew Fisher.
In comes Caden Hudson.
Matthew Fisher sitting down on the ground now, playing all 81 minutes, taking off the captain's band. I believe that's all we will see from him tonight then.
Tired. Ref stops the clock. There will be a substitution, I believe, as he is tended to by the medical staff. He was limping, almost galloping these past couple minutes.
Nolan Miller coming to check on him. More so actually get some hydration and then check on his team.
And there is a yellow card for Fisher for going down early. Not sure he'll care. Not sure anyone will care, but the ref unhappy with that decision to go down. And Fisher will now stand back up and exit the game. See who enters for the Wolverines.
Clock is stopped. 8:17 left in this game. Michigan State Spartans have a 2-1 lead.
So a lot of substitutions here for Michigan.
And we will get them all.
Quinn Rogers enters the game, also has 3 goals for the Wolverines. As Fisher exits, and so does Mitrovic. Also entering the game is Drew Diebolt. Drew Diebolt enters the game, the freshman defender from Caledonia, Michigan. Interesting by Chaka Daly to insert a defender down 1 here. But a strong throw in from Diebolt to start off his action.
Oh, no.
And then Baker slips in his own territory and turns it over to Hudson, who just entered the game. Spadafora now for Michigan State. All of a sudden with momentum. Hudson. Michigan looks a little lifeless right now. Spadafora on the right side. Pressured by Diebolt. Spadafora playing the corners game. Is pushed by Diebolt. Ball goes out of play off of... I have a block view off of the Spartans. So Diebolt wins the ball
back. That
back.
was chippy. Spadafora is not happy. The freshman sensation got shoved in the back. Ends up kicking the ball out of bounds. Not pleased with the ref's decision there.
7:30 left in the game. Long throw by Diebolt finds the head of Miller. Now Sasaki keeps it in play. Heads. Sasaki to Cassidy. Sasaki kicks the ball out of bounds.
Once again, Spadafora on the defense making a great tackle.
Jake, that is.
That is Jake Spadafora, excuse me. Ball off Sasaki. And here comes the Spartans looking. Their intensity is not.
A long ball played in by Luke Spadafora. Bounces in front of Isaiah Goldson, and he catches it.
Those big paws.
Runs up quickly. Diebolt just entered the game. Takes a fall. Caden Hudson pulled them down, but a no-card foul is okay for the Spartans at this point in time. 6 minutes and 52 seconds and counting. Michigan State up 2-1.
For those of you who weren't with us in the first half, Quinn Rogers, who entered the game, did check in with the yellow card that he obtained in the first half.
Sasaki now on the left wing.
Whistle.
Is offsides.
Oh.
Flag is up on the far side, deflating. Whenever Shima Sasaki can find the ball at his feet with space, he is dangerous, but he couldn't transfer from the University of the Cumberlands.
A bit of a late call there, in my opinion, from the ref. Sasaki touched that ball, took a few dribbles, and then the offsides was called. I did not see the flag right away.
Sasaki has been very dangerous out of Japan, Kawasaki, Japan. But as we all know, tons of people from Kawasaki, Japan end up at the University of the Cumberlands in Kentucky. And now he transferred to the University of Michigan. So the most creative attacker for the Wolverines is offsides, and Michigan State has the ball.
And
Luke
the fans
Spadafora
are now getting into it here in Ann Arbor, trying to motivate their team
to
avoid the first loss of the season.
Under 6 minutes left. A long ball played in for Sasaki. Behind the defense, has space. Cuts, splits the defense. Has space again. Right foot. Drop back for Ramos. Ramos hesitates too long. Cleared away by the Spartans. Baker and Hudson fighting, and Baker fouls. Hudson yells at Baker, flexes, and Baker is given a yellow card as there was no one behind him. Should Hudson have gotten behind him?
Smart yellow card, but he thought this was actual American football, not soccer football. He pretty much pulled him to the ground there, but he took him his 20 and everywhere in his jersey, pulled him to the ground, and rightfully so, Hudson was a little bit mad. Now they're drawing a little bit, pushing each other down the field.
Baker has to avoid a second yellow.
As Adam's going to take the kick.
Worst, you don't want this yellow to compound into a red and hurt them in future games. Michigan down 1, 5:30 left in the game. Michigan will have a goal kick. Isaiah Goldson plays it quickly. Nick Nobles on the right side.
Back to Sasaki on the left wing, but it's intercepted by Spadafora once again, having himself a game.
Goldson to Nobles. Nobles trying to find anyone, finds Quinn Rogers. Quinn Rogers out of Bellarmine College Prep in San Jose, California. Finds now a little space with Ramos. Ramos with momentum, takes a shot, blocked backwards by the Spartan defense.
And I don't mind the shot there from Ramos. The Michigan Wolverines have not been able to get much offense here as of late in the second half, so why not take a shot from outside the box, hoping something gets in? But it is
Rogers.
The defense of the Spartans that prevails once again.
Resets to Baker. Now Diebold. Diebold misplays a pass to Rogers, and Michigan State has the ball back. That's all they wanted.
No.
And Diebold commits a foul, trying to earn the ball back. 4:30 and counting left in the half. Michigan still trails 2-1 to Michigan State.
And the freshman sensation with a great first name, Luke Spadafora, draws the foul there. With some good acting, in my opinion. I believe that was not the clearest of fouls in the world, but he fell to the ground. The ref called it. Said, hurt my feelings.
Thanks, Gus. Zach Kelly will take the free kick for the Spartans.
With 4:24 remaining in this game, Michigan State Wolverines have less than 5 minutes to score a goal to avoid suffering their first loss on the season.
Ball goes from goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Goldson picks it up, has to move quickly. 240 seconds left in this one. Michigan down a goal, looking for any way to break through. Quinn Rogers to Diebold.
You would have
New
to imagine
substitutions.
the ball has to get to Sasaki's foot here.
Diebold misplays the ball. He's trying to cross it. Was almost a shot on goal. And instead it lands on top of the goal. And Michigan State, either intentionally or unintentionally, is struggling to get the ball down. Zach Kelly will have a goal kick.
The clock is running down. Definitely intentional there. I believe Zach Kelly is enough of an athlete.
Shaka Daly dumbfounded at midfield, trying to find any solution to figure out this Spartan defense.
You'd have to imagine the Wolverines are going to get probably one more good look in this game, if that.
The honorable head coach has had a lot of interesting decisions with substitutes. His starters haven't played to the last 15 minutes, really. That might speak to the depth or the faith he has in the substitutes, but these starters should have fresh legs now in these last 3 minutes left.
Ball back on Cassidy's foot, trailing up the right side.
Cassidy using his left foot on the right side, takes a fall, and is rewarded with a foul. Michigan State stalling.
Kicking the ball away from the foul spot. Now the Michigan Wolverines look to settle in here.
Claiming to be oblivious to the foul call. Now Michigan has a chance for a free kick.
And they play
it quickly. Cassidy approaches the 18, enters the 18. It's tackled away. Rogers passes it across in swinging. Deflected. Cassidy almost had a chance to fire one, instead sent back. Cassidy on the right wing. Sends it in swinging, cross in, headed back. Nobles is there. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left. Spartans up 2-1.
Looking to keep clearing here for the Spartans defense.
A long ball in. Kelly makes the catch.
And falls to the ground. I'm going to guess he takes over 25 seconds to get this ball out, which is smart.
He caught it at 2:16. We'll see when he kicks it. Ref's going to urge him to go quickly. Michigan wants him to go quickly. Nolan Miller, the center back, has not really retreated over to his half of midfield in a couple minutes. He's been on offense. He's a tall body that can head in balls.
The Michigan State Spartans need to fend off the Michigan Wolverines for a minute 50 more to deliver the first loss to the Michigan Wolverines this season.
Goldson kicks it out of bounds for a Michigan State throw-in. Again, taking their time. Jake Spadafora.
All night we've said Spadafora. Whether it's Luke or Jake, they've had an impact on this game.
Spadafora finds a Michigan State attacker, now Phelan.
A minute 20 left to play in this game. Michigan Wolverines need to get this ball back in hopes.
Aydin Phelan playing keep away with the Wolverines, and they finally receive the ball back.
They've got to go.
1:10 and counting. Down 2-1. Michigan looking to build an attack.
Looking to go to Sasaki. He wants the ball. He's calling for it.
Sasaki wants it. Instead, Caden Hudson provides a very sharp tackle. Does not come up with the ball, and a foul is not called either. Now Diebold.
60 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen.
Diebold back to Baker. Final minutes of this ball game. Back to Nobles, Nick Nobles. Michigan has shifted into a 3-back this second half, down a goal. Cassidy, a long ball in, trying to find ahead of someone. Instead, Zach Kelly catches it, falls hard on his tailbone, and with 30 seconds left. That might spell the end for the Wolverines.
I believe that will do it as
30 seconds left.
Nolan
Zach
Miller's
Kelly,
not even getting back on defense, Theo.
He only needs offense at this point. So Zach Kelly sends a long ball in. Baker, with 20 seconds left, heads it.
They got to
Nobles,
Nobles
treading
has 15
backwards.
seconds. Goldson's got to get the ball up the next 10 seconds. 13, 12.
Diebold sends a long ball in. It flies over the head of Elmquist, and that will do it as the clock expires. Time runs out on the Wolverines, and the Michigan State Spartans take back the Bear Cup, and they win in Ann Arbor by a score of 2-1 over the Michigan Wolverines in a sloppy game. They win thanks to goals from a penalty kick and a deflection.
The Michigan Wolverines record now is 5-1-2. The Michigan State Spartans improved to 5-4 with a great win over their rival, the Michigan Wolverines.
A great win indeed over the number 5 ranked Wolverines, and the Michigan State Spartans have now won back-to-back games against top 5 teams in the country, and they're only 5-4. Michigan will drop in the rankings after allowing 2 goals to their rival. Luke, any final takeaways from today's game?
Yeah, this is a great game. I'm going to give the player of the game to Richie Ludwig with his goal. I know he said Spotify all night. They were great, both of them. But Richie Ludwig's goal tonight, I think, secured the win for the Michigan State Spartans. With 2 shots on goal, he was able to ultimately score one of them, giving the Spartans the lead and the ultimate victory.
A hard-fought game here in Ann Arbor. Michigan State wins 2-1. Thank you for tuning in to WCBN Sports' production of Michigan Wolverines soccer. For Perry Mourtzinos and Aydin Abdollahi in the first half, along with Luke Lentz, I'm Theo Shernoff, signing out for the night with a good night. Go Blue.
Go Blue. Thank you.